Title: The Art of Composition, Creating Visual Harmony. Module: Masterclass 2, Historical Perspectives and Artistic Philosophy. Composition is the invisible structure behind every powerful photograph. It is the way a photographer organizes elements within the frame to guide attention, create balance, and communicate emotion. A camera can capture everything in front of it. An artist decides what deserves to be seen. Composition is the process of making that decision. The first principle of composition is intention. Before pressing the shutter, the photographer should understand why the elements are arranged in a particular way. Every position, line, shape, and space should support the purpose of the image. A strong composition does not happen by accident. It is created through awareness. The second principle is visual balance. Balance does not always mean perfect symmetry. A photograph can be balanced through contrast, proportion, movement, or visual weight. A small bright area can balance a larger dark area. A single figure can balance a large empty landscape. Balance creates stability while allowing creativity. The third principle is the use of leading lines. Lines naturally guide the viewer's eyes through an image. They can come from architecture, roads, branches, shadows, body positions, curves, and gestures. A skilled photographer uses these lines to control the viewer's journey through the photograph. The fourth principle is the relationship between positive and negative space. The subject is often the positive space. The surrounding empty area is negative space. Both are equally important. Negative space creates breathing room and can strengthen emotion. It can communicate isolation, freedom, elegance, or quiet reflection. The fifth principle is visual rhythm. Just as music uses repetition and variation, photography uses repeated shapes, patterns, and forms. The human body itself contains rhythm through curves, movement, and posture. When these elements interact with the environment, they create visual harmony. The sixth principle is perspective. Changing the camera position changes the meaning of the image. A lower viewpoint can create strength and presence. A higher viewpoint may suggest vulnerability or distance. A close perspective creates intimacy. A wider perspective creates context. Perspective is not only a technical choice. It is a storytelling decision. In fine art figure photography, composition must honor the relationship between the human form and the surrounding space. The body should not simply be placed inside the frame. It should exist in harmony with the entire visual environment. The seventh principle is simplicity. Strong compositions often remove unnecessary elements. Every distracting object weakens attention. A powerful photographer learns not only how to add elements, but how to eliminate them. The eighth principle is breaking traditional rules with purpose. Rules such as the rule of thirds, symmetry, and traditional framing provide useful foundations. However, advanced artists understand that rules are tools, not limitations. Breaking a rule can create tension, surprise, or emotional impact when done intentionally. The greatest photographers do not follow rules blindly. They understand the principles behind them. Composition also influences emotional response. A centered figure may create strength and stability. A figure placed at the edge of the frame may suggest movement, uncertainty, or exploration. A small figure within a large environment may communicate humility or connection with nature. Every compositional choice carries meaning. Developing compositional skill requires practice. Study great paintings. Analyze powerful photographs. Ask why certain images hold your attention. Notice how your eyes move through the frame. Over time, composition becomes intuitive. You begin to recognize harmony before consciously analyzing it. Ultimately, composition is the language that organizes visual ideas. Light creates the atmosphere. The subject creates the story. But composition determines how the viewer experiences that story. A master photographer does not simply place objects inside a frame. They create a visual world. And within that world, every element has a purpose, every space has meaning, and every detail contributes to the emotional power of the image.